Hello everyone, how are you today? My name is Makeda Valletta, also known as the Renaissance Amazon. And to those of you who are unfamiliar with me, I am a strength and conditioning coach, I'm a nutritionist, I'm a dancer who studies is seriously rooted in dances of the African diaspora. I also am a pole dance instructor, and sacred sexual educator. So this, sorry for my my hesitation. So many things going on in my brain. First, I was going to explain that. Please excuse me rubbing my hair. I'm rubbing hair oil into my hair. It was dripping down my face, so I'm trying to get that together. But anyhow, this was supposed to be a live on my IG page that I was going to then save and repost to my YouTube, but I couldn't go live on IG because for some reason I'm being blocked from posting lives right now because of something that I did that violated some type of Instagram rules. Don't know what it was. So I'm recording this and I will repost it. The full video probably won't be able to be posted on Instagram because they give you a 15-minute limit. So if I can get this done in less than 15 minutes, then I can post the whole video on Instagram. Anyhow, some of you are already familiar with me and some of you aren't. But for those of you who are familiar with me, you know that I love to be in a bikini, okay? That's like my favorite outfit. If I could just wear bikinis and sneakers for the rest of my life, I'd be happy, okay? But also for those of you who follow me, some of you may have been following me for years, you know that I'm an art model. I pose for photographers. But being a trainer and a nutritionist, I teach people how to bring their body to its highest level, how to nourish their bodies, how to take care of themselves, right? And as a dancer, my body is my tool, okay? I've been dancing since I was 5. So when you're a dancer, the focus is all on your body. Unlike a musician who has their instrument, a painter has their tools, their canvas, their paint, whatever tools they use to create their art. A dancer, just our bodies, okay? So we make art with our bodies. So between being a dancer, then being an art model for photographers, and then being a trainer and a nutritionist, everything I do has to do with the body, right? And then I'm a sacred sexual educator. So I do a lot of education around sexuality and helping people be more comfortable in their sexuality and healing certain sexual issues. So again, I don't hold any shame in nudity, sexuality, any of that, right? But just because somebody's nude doesn't always mean it's sexual, okay? But today I wanted to talk about women who post half-naked images on social media, Instagram, and I want to talk about giving the people what they want, right? So I was in a Clubhouse conversation about last week, and it was asking men why do they have a problem with women who post half-naked pictures on Instagram, right? And I felt like that is a good topic, because I have found, I do what I do. I don't have any shame in my body. I already told you, I'm a billboard for what I do and what I teach, right? I'm comfortable in my skin. And also, I'm very much into anthropology and history, right? And before we were colonized, all melanated people from anywhere in the world that was hot, whether it be Africa, South America, the Caribbean, Southeast Asia, the Polynesian Islands, all those places, people were basically naked before they were colonized, okay? Women were walking around, nipples out, everything. You had grandmother, mother, and child like that. People weren't freaking out. Dudes didn't think it was okay to grab women and rape them and all of that, okay? It's patriarchal religion, which I have videos where I speak about that. But when people talk about the patriarchy, that shit is real. And that's not, the patriarchy is not a generic term for men, okay? Because some men feel attacked when women say that. But the patriarchy is a real thing that comes from patriarchal religion that has put the fear of God in people and made them ashamed of their body and sexuality, right? And this is what the colonizers used to make indigenous people put on more clothes. They taught us that our nude bodies, our skin, showing our skin was indecent. And that's why when you go to Africa now, you see people full of clothes. South America, the Caribbean, everybody has on long sleeves and pants. Okay? So I found this interesting because I'm like, I, do what I do. And over the years, there have been men who have been followers of mine who got upset for some reason and would make a comment about me showing my body. Or somebody would make a comment, male or female, because women have done it too, where they're like, oh, it's such a shame that a woman feels like she has to show her body to get attention from men. Now, for me, I don't feel like I have to show my body to get attention from men because every woman knows, okay, especially an attractive woman who men talk to them all the time, knows that no matter what we wear, you get attention from men, okay? Women could go outside with a sweatsuit on, and if you have a body, you're gonna get attention from men. I feel like men see through all of that, okay? That's number one. So for me, anybody who follows my work, I talk a lot about why it's important to get sun on your skin, okay? So one of the reasons why I walk around half naked in the summertime even is because I'm trying to get my melanin activated, get some vitamin D and all the other healing properties from the sun. So I walk around as naked as possible. It's not because I'm trying to get attention from men. It's because it's the healthy thing to do. It's because it's the uncolonized thing to do when your mind is not affected by colonization, okay? But I don't do it to get attention. Now, I don't knock a person. I don't knock a woman who does show her body to get attention. So what? Okay? All throughout nature, you see that. You see either the male or female species, and most species it's the male who's doing the most, but male or female species is doing things to be attractive, to attract the other mate. Okay? That's normal. That's natural. So I don't knock women who do that. There's nothing wrong with that to me, but I'm just saying that's not my reason and that's not everybody's reason. And so it's interesting how people think that they own somebody's body. Or when you hear some men say that they feel like a woman, posting half naked pictures on the internet is disrespectful to him. And I heard a lot of women say, how is it disrespectful to you? It's my body, right? And it was like refreshing to hear so many women in this conversation who thought like I do, right? And who weren't ashamed, and they didn't care what some silly dudes thought, because mature men, real men with big dick energy don't care about that, okay? They don't. And there were many men in that conversation who didn't care, and they were standing up for women and saying to men, if you can't handle those type of women, don't go after them. And I find it very interesting because if you're with a woman, because I always found that, like, let's talk about strippers. Dudes love to watch a stripper, fantasize over a stripper, watch her all day. But then you want to insult strippers. But if it weren't for the strippers, if you're into strippers and you like looking at strippers, you should be thankful to them, because if they didn't do what they did, you'd be bored, okay? And all the women who posting half naked pictures on Instagram, imagine if they all stopped. A lot of dudes would be upset, because every time I see a girl on Instagram who I find attractive and she's half naked and I look at her page and her pictures, I see a bunch of dudes I know following her, already liked her pictures, okay? Men are visual creatures. It seems to me that men get a lot of joy out of looking at women. And it seems to me that men can do that shit all day, every day, okay? Some people will even criticize girls that have OnlyFans pages or, stuff like that, which is also hilarious to me. Because for me, I give the people what they want. And a lot of women are like that. If you're an attractive woman and dudes are constantly wanting to look at you, why not say, fuck you, pay me? You could look at me for free, but if you want to see more of me, you could pay me for it. What's wrong with that? Because to me, in my observation, men seem like they want to look at endless pictures and endless photos, endless videos. And sometimes men are fans of certain women, all right? So they want to see more of her. So it's funny to me when I see men who make fun of or criticize or down talk men who might subscribe to an OnlyFans page or something. Because I know for me, I've had a ConnectPal page. ConnectPal is another platform, membership platform. I've had this page since 2016. I didn't even really advertise the page, okay? But there's so many men who will come to me all the time wanting to see more, asking me where they could see more. You can go to my ConnectPal page, because I'm not posting any more on social media than I already do. I'm not going to sit here sending you photos for free, just sending you pictures. What would I do that for? That's a waste of my time. But what I can do is post them on this site. And if you want to see more, you can go see more. Simple as that, right? What's wrong with that? I heard somebody saying that when people give advice and tell people they should follow their passion when it comes to making money, I heard this man say, some people tell people to follow their passion, but I don't think that that's good advice. I think that you should do what you're good at, okay? Because sometimes what you're good at and what you're passionate about are not the same things, right? But if you have something that people want, that's the number one thing of business. If you want to be successful in business, give the people what they want, okay? All kinds of businesses do research to see what colors, what this, what that do their consumers want so they can give the people what they want, right? So for me, I'm comfortable in my body. I'm going to be dancing in my bikinis anyway. And I post things to YouTube and Instagram, but I have a lot more. And so for the people who want to see more, and it makes them happy, because there are plenty of men who've told me I made their day, it made them happy, then great. Because I'm about making love and not war, okay? People are fine all day with watching violence. People are entertained with seeing somebody get punched in the face or somebody having a fight and all this ratchet violent shit, right? I'm not entertained by seeing people get hurt and seeing violence and crazy stuff like that. But people are totally okay with that. But then when it comes to the body, okay, when you look at the most ancient forms of art, you see nudity, okay? The fact that women can't even, oops, as I'm saying this, my thing is becoming untied, sorry. I was saying that women can't even show our nipples. We can't be topless. Men can be topless. Men have nipples. Why can't women be topless and show our nipples? Because the patriarchal religion that teaches that the woman is the evil temptress. So if she shows that and she gets attacked by a man, it's her fault. She shouldn't have been dressed like that. She shouldn't have been, showing her body. And that's what patriarchal religion teaches. This is the reason why it's problematic. But in indigenous cultures before colonization by patriarchal religions, which are Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, before that, women were walking around topless, and men knew that that was an invitation to put your hands on her. And you don't ever put your hands on anything when you don't have permission. They even felt like that about herbs. You don't just go snatch herbs off the branch. You ask for permission. Even when they hunt, they ask for permission. Everything is about respecting nature, respecting life, and asking for permission. But because patriarchal religion has so much suppression, now people see some nipples or they see skin and they feel like that's okay for them to start acting crazy and acting stupid and being disrespectful. And you hear men sometimes say things like, oh, she's not respecting herself because she's half naked or she's shaking her ass. What's disrespectful? How am I not respecting myself because I'm sitting here like this? I take care of myself. I eat the best foods. I nourish my skin with cocoa butter and palm oil and ghee and natural fats. I take care of myself. This is my body. My body doesn't belong to anybody else. So how am I disrespecting myself by sitting here in the bikini or by shaking my ass in a bikini and sharing it with the world? How is that disrespectful? Disrespecting myself. To me, what's disrespecting myself is abusing myself, eating horrible foods, running myself into the ground, not taking care of myself. That is what disrespecting myself is, right? But the fact of the matter is, it comes down to this. Every woman is not into every dude. And a secure woman, they like secure men. And there's a lot of men who like to go after their so-called fantasy girl, but they can't handle it. Then they want to control her. This is the reason why I respect Beyonce so much. Because she got with a man who, even though I have mixed feelings about Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship or whatever, but the one thing I will say is that he recognized or understood she's a businesswoman. Yeah, she's a sex symbol. Yeah, she's been dancing half naked and gyrating just before she met you. And she's not going to stop because you're her wife. You didn't see Jay-Z say, oh, you have to stop doing that because you're my wife now. No, she got more sexual, okay, after being with him, after having her kids. You have someone like Tiana Taylor. She's giving sexual lap dances to girls all the time. She got a husband. He's very secure. He's her biggest fan. He's not tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? So there are men out here in this world who are not that insecure and can handle the shit. And that's what women like me are turned on by. Okay? So the fact of the matter is, if you're a dude and you can't handle a woman who's half naked on the internet, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Don't try to talk to her. You know, don't try to talk to her and then try to change her. That's the shit that I didn't like about Kanye. Because Kanye said that Kim was his dream woman. He got her, had all these kids with her. Now, he's embarrassed. You know, this was like a couple years ago when he told her publicly that he was embarrassed by her showing her body. When people know Kim don't do anything. You never hear about her at a party. Never see pictures of her at a party or doing anything like that. She don't drink. She don't do drugs. You don't hear no stories about her. She don't got nothing like that. Okay? Yeah, she had a sex tape when she was younger, but who gives a fuck? Who doesn't have sex? Everybody has sex, okay? Like, she didn't do that while she was married to him, right? She didn't cheat on him. She don't got nothing like that. And that's who she was when she married you. And Kanye's really the embarrassing one. He's the one that has said embarrassing shit every year, making the black community want to disown him. Most black women would have never stayed with Kanye as long as Kim did, okay? Most of them would not have. He's a weirdo, and he's embarrassing. He's over here telling the public that Kim wanted to divorce their daughter and shit, but then he has a problem with her because she has a lingerie line showing her body. That's so ridiculous. And so I know that it's kind of weird because I've known men who've gotten upset with me, and then they're like, oh, go dance on the pole or something. They try to diss me. I've had men and women who try to diss me because I'm a pole dancer, and they'll try to use that to insult me. But why would that be an insult? First of all, I'm not a stripper, but I have all the respect for strippers, though. You know what I'm saying? All the respect for strippers, because what they do is not easy. It's a whole art form on so many levels. I'm not a stripper, never have been, but I've been a showgirl. I'm a showgirl, though. Okay? I'm fine. I'd go on top of a platform. You put me, which I've done before, and I was like in my early 20s, put me up on a platform and have me dance. I'll dance naked. I'll dance with glitter or a little string bikini, and people can see me. I'm fine with that. I just don't want to have to look at you and interact with you and give you lap dance. Like, that's just too much. I don't like interacting with my audience in that way. I'm fine with being up here removed, okay? That's still a showgirl, okay? So, anyway, I'm not a stripper, but dancing on the pole is hard. It takes a lot of strength and coordination. And there's a lot of chicks out here that can't even dance. Like, there's a lot of chicks out here that's cute, but they have no rhythm, okay? So, why is that? Why would that be an insult? Also, with women shaking their ass, the thing that dudes don't understand, women aren't always doing that for you. I've seen plenty of women, okay? I have seen plenty of women that, well, let me just say this. Women shake their ass and twerk when it's all women, okay? You could have a room full of women, and they'll be twerking for each other. I've taught many pole parties where it's girls are getting married, or it's their birthday, and they have a bunch of their female friends, and they'll be twerking on each other all night, excited by that. Dudes don't do stuff like that. Dudes don't have bachelor parties and dance for each other. But chicks do shit like that. So chicks are going to be twerking and shaking their ass whether dudes are watching or not. It's just that now, because of social media, they share it with the world. So now you have a chance to watch it too. They're just letting you watch it. But even if men weren't around, chicks would still be doing that. That's a fact. Because it feels good. And there's healing properties in that. I have other videos where I talk about that. I'm not going to get too much into that now. But I'm just saying. Then there are times I post videos on my social media, not videos, photos. I might post a picture of me with a chick, like an artistic nude photo of me with a woman. I never post that for men. I post that for women. I post that so any woman who might be wondering, is she into girls? You'll know, yeah, I'm into girls. Because if I wasn't into girls, you wouldn't see me naked posing with this chick the way I am. Right? So I don't ever post that for the dudes, but I'll get so many comments from men. So men always think that shit is for them. Everything is not for you. It's just that sometimes women let you see it, okay? So it's just so immature for men to think that because a woman is showing her body, because she's comfortable in her sexuality and her skin, that she's disrespecting you, okay? Especially if she was like that when you met her. There's a lot of people who are uptight, and I think that insecure men is such a turnoff. And, you know, so with that being said, because I wanted to do this as a live, so I would have some feedback. I'm in this video, because I think I made my point. I'm just going to say, for those of you who do want to see more of me, because I told you for years people would ask, and I had a Connect Pal page. I just moved my Connect Pal page to OnlyFans because of the fact that, I don't know, something happened with my Connect Pal page. I somehow got locked out of it after 5 years. Don't understand why. So I moved that page to OnlyFans. So it's onlyfans.com /Copper Showgirl. I'll put the link below. So if you want to find me, you can find me there. And then I have another OnlyFans page with just pole dance videos, pole and Afro-diasporic dance videos that are practice videos. Me practicing my pole shit, because a lot of people compliment me with my pole shit, but I'm just still a work in progress for sure. Okay, so I post those practice videos on the other OnlyFans page, along with practice videos that are dances from the African diaspora. Sometimes I give some educational, commentary. And that's on my other OnlyFans page, which is onlyfans.com /sacred sensualista. Okay, so I will post both links below. And so yeah, I'm always going to be loving myself. I'm always going to be half naked. So if anybody has a problem with it, just don't look. Okay, unsubscribe to my shit. Stop being a hater. Stop trying to block. Keep it moving. Look somewhere else. Men like that are corny anyway. All right, so I think that I've said everything I need to say. I feel like I'm talking to myself, talking to this camera. So I'm gonna end this video, and I'll see you guys later. If you don't follow me, if you're on IG and you don't follow me on YouTube, be sure to follow me on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube and you don't follow me on IG, be sure to follow me on IG. Links below. Have a good day. Bye.